first time I heard it, I thought I had misheard. My wife and I were grocery shopping on a quiet Sunday afternoon. She stepped away for a minute to answer a phone call. As I waited near the checkout, I saw a little girl, maybe 6 years old, run straight toward her. The little girl wrapped her arms around my wife's waist and shouted, "My mom!" I froze. My wife hugged the child tightly. She smiled, but there was sadness in her eyes. A few seconds later, a woman arrived and gently took the little girl's hand. They exchanged a few quiet words, then walked away. When my wife returned, I asked, who is that?" She hesitated, then smiled nervously. "Just someone I know." That answer stayed with me, because it didn't feel like the whole truth. Over the next few weeks, I noticed something strange. Every Saturday morning, my wife left the house for a few hours. She always said she was volunteering. I'd never questioned it until now. The next Saturday, I followed her. She drove across town and stopped at a small community center. Children were playing outside. Inside, I saw the same little girl. The moment she noticed my wife, she ran over again. "Mom!" she shouted happily. This time, several other children smiled and waved too. I couldn't understand what I was seeing. When my wife noticed me standing in the doorway, she looked surprised. After the children went outside to play, she quietly walked over. "I guess it's time you knew," she said. She explained that years before we met, she had volunteered at a shelter for children who had been removed from unsafe homes. Many of them had never experienced kindness. Some had never celebrated a birthday. Some had never heard the words, I'm proud of you. Never heard the words, I'm proud of you. The little girl I had seen had lost both of her parents. She had started calling every caring woman mom. But over time, she became especially attached to my wife. Instead of correcting her every time, my wife simply let her feel loved. "She knows I'm not really her mother," my wife whispered. "But for a few hours every weekend, she gets to feel like she has one." I looked around the room. Children were laughing, drawing pictures, playing games, and every one of them smiled when my wife walked by. She wasn't hiding another family. She was giving broken children something they desperately needed. Hope. That afternoon I stayed. We helped to serve lunch, played board games, read bedtime stories before nap time. When we left, the little girl hugged both of us. She looked at me and smiled. "Can you come back next Saturday too?" I couldn't answer right away. I was too busy trying not to cry. Now, every Saturday we go together. And every time I hear a child call my wife Mom, I don't feel confused anymore. I feel proud. Because I learned that, sometimes, the biggest families aren't built by blood. They're built by love.